Here we are, Friday, TGIF boys. Welcome back, everybody, to a virtual happy hour. What's the matter? What are you pointing at, Jason?
Joel's head.
Oh, yeah. We're all going to point at Joel's head. Well, there we go. Yeah, this is good content right away. Just us trying to figure out how to point our fingers at Joel. This is twice in 1 week. I feel like we haven't done two in the same week in a while.
It's been a while.
This is good. Look at us caring about stuff again.
Are we though?
No.
Are we?
It's just an
Everybody
aggressive.
says no.
Just an aggressive amount of free time again. That's what's happening. But hey, we're excited to be back. Oh yeah, I got to remember that we have comments again. Let's see who the quality content we came here for. That's right, Craig. Shout out to Craig. We need to give Craig, like I know they do it on Facebook where they're like top fan, but we need to find a way to do this on here. So it just when his comment comes out, it says like MVP or something like that. Or yeah, we'll all just point at it. Neil, what's up? Neil says he's pointing at Joel's head. It's the thing to do. This is good. Everybody's pointing. Kelsey giving us a heads up. She'll only be here for 20 or so minutes. Got to work at Starbs at 6. There we go. Well, it's either Starbs or the Cidery. So
that means the quality of the show is going to just nosedive after 20 minutes. We're going to lose our
unless
Kelsey
unless Kelsey, calls in from Starbs at some point if there's a fire alarm going off in Starbs. Minimal care. That's about right. Jason and Billy swapped positions and it's messing with my mind. That is funny. I think Jason was the first one in today, and that might be why.
Yep.
That's a little BTS, little behind the scenes stuff. Shout out to Coda.
Am I not in the bottom left for the world, or am I?
You are
normally up there?
You are. Yeah. Normally, I think you're in the top right. Yeah. I think so.
Really?
I don't know. But anyways, that's not important. What is important is Coda just finished their last big paper of grad school. Get a drink, Coda. You came to the right place.
Yeah, Coda.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to Coda and any of our grads who are grads.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, I got to say, we've got quite a few people in here today, which is very exciting. And I don't know if it's because it's Friday or I don't know if that Instagram live bump really did the trick. But shout out to O'Keefe, Housing Professionals Anonymous. I prefer Dorm. I like that you said Housing Professionals Anonymous, but like clearly your name's right there. Like that's straight up O'Keefe. So like we know. Amber's back. We're glad Amber's here. This is big news. First happy hour for you. No pressure. All right. This is good. Well, I hope you have something to drink. Donnie's pumped to be here. Greg's an asshole. Gabby's congrats, Dakota. All right, here we go. For Ghoulies, Jason was bottom left and the nightmare is forever etched in my mind.
Do we make it 4 minutes before we got a Ghoulies?
No, this is
we didn't. We didn't make it 4 minutes till we got to the Ghoulies.
We drink for Ghoulies.
Not that I'm complaining because this is all my fault.
We drink for Ghoulies. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is exciting. We've got a couple games for tonight. We have a guest coming on in a little bit. We've got a lot of first-time happy hours here today. Shout out to Jaron. Thanks for coming. This is great. Hope we have a good time.
Overhead clap for the first timers.
Well, one of the first things we talked about doing, Billy had a fun Wrapped idea. So, Billy, why don't you kick that off?
All right. So I don't have Spotify, so I'm old. I still just use Amazon Prime Music for my music, and they don't give you a Wrapped. But so I was wondering, like, what would your inbox Wrapped? What would your Zoom meetings Wrapped look like? What would it look like to get a Wrapped from Zoom?
Yeah, this is good. I feel because I'm no longer in higher ed, mine will be, well, the three of the four of us are no longer in higher ed, but I'm no longer in like real job world. I would imagine mine's a little bit different, but it's just like a lot of rejection emails from auditions. I would imagine it's just like a lot of that. This week, a lot of like birthday coupons, like, hey, come in and get a massage at the gym that shouldn't be open because we're in the middle of a pandemic, stuff like that.
A massage at a gym?
Yeah, fancy gym. Back when I had a job, I went to fancy gyms.
I did want to, before we go too far down the road, I did want to shout out Kinsey at McKinsey Dumas on Twitter, who had a post similar along these lines.
Oh, nice.
Almost there. Yeah.
Shout out to Kinsey.
Yeah. Don't act like we're stealing Kinsey's tweet that she tweeted at us.
Yeah, no one else.
I gotta get. So for the record, also this is a Bluetooth headband, and I gotta get rid of it. I gotta go back to my normal noise canceling headphones. This is too weird.
It's not working
I'll
for
be
you.
Right back. It's not working for me. It's
what's
working. It's not working for me.
What's the little Star Trek apparatus on the front of your head there?
Oh, that's the controls. That's the controls for my leopard print Bluetooth headband.
Really,
So
this
like
is a bad
pause
decision.
the track or move to a new thing. So I'll be right back. I'll have headphones on.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I literally
Great.
thought Mike was going to say.
Billy's gone. Who are we replacing him with? How about Trey?
Oh yeah,
Trey, you're out there. Come on.
Trey, get in here.
Hey.
I literally thought Mike was going to say Kids Bop because of the kids biting. Yeah. That came in like 5th place on my Spotify Wrapped. Mike goes to full service gyms.
This is just the gayest week ever for you, Mike.
This is a pretty gay week. It's the holidays. It's giving
Yes.
season.
There's been
It's required the week after you get straight engaged, you have to be gay.
It means I can like push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
What did I miss while I didn't have headphones? What just happened? Here?
Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing. Normal
All right.
stuff.
All
right,
right, eating pretzels on mute then.
Before we, I want to hear some of your raps because this was a good idea, but I want to share O'Keefe's. Their inbox rap was, I look forward to hearing back from you immediately with the exact answer I want, even though I emailed you at 7 p.m. Love, angry, entitled parent who doesn't understand FERPA. Very good. Very good. Also, Coda says, this is good. Straight, engaged. All right. Who else has a wrapped?
My top email response in Outlook would be just the dumpster fire GIF.
Yeah. Yeah.
My top response was, no, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. I probably could have just cut and pasted that at least a dozen times a day.
Yeah, that's pretty popular. That'd be a popular text response for me as well, I think. That would have made the list.
For me, my number one email sent would be like getting a silly email in and then immediately forwarding it to my coworkers to be like, how would you handle this? Because I know how I would handle it because I'm an asshole. How would you as professionals handle this? That's a key go-to move for me this year.
That's a good one. Here's some other good ones. Thank you for reaching out. Unfortunately, ... hope you are staying safe and healthy. Yeah, that's another positive one. Yeah.
But I wonder how many minutes this semester I spent waving goodbye to people at the end of the semester. Right? Like, all right, everyone, we're going to go.
Yeah.
Even if that's your only contribution to the meeting, you're getting that wave in.
Yeah.
You're getting that wave in.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or just straight up the Verizon commercial / Sprint commercial, whatever that dude did, where he's like, "Can you hear me? You guys hear me all right? Can you hear me now?" A lot of that. There's been a lot of that said this year.
I was most a fan of the inevitable can't figure out where my camera is.
Yeah.
Calls when there'd always be someone like.
Yep. That's pretty good. O'Keefe's got another good one. Unprecedented times. What about our job description 2020 wrapped? Other duties as assigned, large, bolded, and underlined with other normal responsibilities listed underneath. That's pretty good.
Overhead clap for Amber.
Love that, Amber.
Clap.
Jessica says, my away message says, please give me 2 to 3 business days for a response. Had a student email again after 24 hours with, are you there? Yeah, I love that reply, though. I love that reply in an email. Are you there?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Not how this works.
Yeah. What if
Not
you
how
just
any of this works?
What if you just replied yes, but didn't answer the initial thing? Like, yeah, I'm here. Warmly written while in bed. New normal. Yeah, there's a couple new normals in here. That's pretty good. Yeah, another version of no, you are still in quarantine. It's all very good. Oh man,
Now
fun stuff.
Now this has me wondering if Outlook is ever going to add like a red feature. Like, just imagine leaving someone on red on their email. That would be a new level. Yeah, that would be a new level.
But I mean, you can do a read receipt. I mean, you're an asshole if you do it, but
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Did any of you go to institutions or work at institutions that used First Class, the email service? So when my undergrad used First Class, and all of their emails had a read receipt on it, and it was alarming. I hated it. Greg says we got to yeet new normal off the damn planet. I agree. No, I didn't make this up, Jason. You can't just throw comments in there and try to sneak them in. I did not make up First Class. First Class is real. Anybody in the chat, you had First Class back in the day?
No.
Did you go to Emmanuel College 2003 to 2007?
I love that Jason is on the podcast and could say that out loud. This is a text. Are you sure you're not a millennial, Jason?
Sure, Billy. I am a young, vibrant millennial.
Oh, this is a great one too. And this is whether the pandemic's happening or not. This is a good one. Unfortunately, our office did not place the hold. Please contact the department who placed the hold. That was one I remember firing off a whole bunch of times. I'm not important enough to be in charge of money. Contact someone more important than me. Wait, what is this, Cody? Got called a sausage by a resident for asking how said resident was doing recently.
What does that mean?
So they responded with like, "I'm good, sausage."
Hey,
That's
sausage.
great.
I'm
doing
fully on
pretty
board
terrible.
with meat-based nicknames. I think we should start that. I think, what's up, pepperoni? How you doing today, lamb chops?
Billy.
Okay, Billy, what would Mike's meat nickname be?
Yeah, this is stay down that
I see
gate.
little capicola.
What is Joel's?
Oh yeah,
Pork chop.
Pork chop. Ooh, pork chop's pretty good.
Pork chop.
Pork chop's
that's
pretty good. I
sweet.
like that.
And bring it on. What's mine?
Rack of ribs.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, that's great. I got the most Sopranos one. That's the only, definitely like the smallest version of all of them. But what would Billy's be though? Freezer meat.
Freezer meat. Freezer meat.
That's a callback to when we did a podcast. This is a good comment too. Pork chop just reminds me of Doug. I
Hell
love
yeah.
that show.
Yep.
Okay. Cody had to follow up. I don't want to be a part of this community, you sausage. My colleagues and staff are just as confused.
Oh my God. I would print that out, Cody. I would frame it. I would send it to people like that. This is now my dream. If any of my students happen to be watching by some weird perchance, I would love it if you would send me an email that says that.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a good nickname by a student. That's never happened. Sausage is pretty good. All right. I see we have our guest is in the bullpen. We call it the bullpen
good.
now. It's very exciting. Which means we get to move on to our first game, which I'm sure everyone was ready for us to pivot to a game at this point. Like we were just rattling off
We just played a
meat
game. Meat names was a
meat
game.
names. The meat name game. Somehow we're still over 50 people viewing this right now. So
Yeah,
shout out to you for dealing with our meat related content.
At least we only said ghoulies once so far, too. So.
Twice
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Well, no, I'm referencing it. I'm not saying it.
If anyone's back to making the bingo squares, add ghoulies.
Yeah.
And if you need to check one off, I shout out to Ian Carroll. Thanks for joining, buddy. Miss you.
This is a great comment. RIP podcast 2020 to 2020. And Greg says pivot is also on the yeet list. I like that Greg's in charge of the yeet list. All right, here we go. We're going to bring on our guest. We're very excited to have Jeff with us. Jeff, welcome.
Hey, everyone.
Jeff, I
Yay.
feel like your name has been around since the beginning of Humans of Higher Ed. Like you were an early connector of, right? Do people, Billy and Joel, right? And you had everybody but me, I think. Well, thanks for
I don't know
joining
if
us.
that's a good or bad thing, but it's a pleasure to be here with you all.
Yeah, I think if you had to pick one to not be connected to, you did it right. All All right, Joel. So you're in charge of this game, Joel.
Yeah.
So Joel, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. So we're bringing Jeff on. We're going to bring him on for a game. He doesn't know what the game is, but
Oh,
he'll be
boy.
excited about it. But first, we're going to up the ACUI Day of Giving today. So the Association of College Unions International, which is where I got my professional start, is having their Day of Giving today. And Jeff Pelletier is doing a sort of match on donations from the 5 to 7 o'clock hours, Jeff,
Wow.
right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So for happy hours. So I am going to Jeff is going to get through the fire. Yes. So I'm bringing up my Venmo, which it feels very weird to be Venmoing ACUI money. This is very awkward.
I did get clarification, Joel. That is still tax deductible. So
There you
the
go.
method doesn't
Love
matter.
it.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing up Venmo now, and we're gonna donate to ACUI.
If anyone else is feeling generous to donate, is there something that we should share in the chat?
Yeah. So the Venmo for donating to ACUI is give to ACUI. That's their Venmo.
There we
A
go.
really great organization focused on college unions, student engagement, student involvement. Jeff Pelletier, famous former president of ACUI.
Wow.
So Jeff, here we go. Confirm the last 4 digits of ACUI's phone. Jeff,
ACUI.
Just hit skip.
ACUI's phone.
Just hit skip.
Yeah, pay without
Just hit
confirming.
Is this part of the game? What's happening?
No, Venmo makes you do the last 4 of the people you're paying now.
Wow. That's probably from
Venmo encourages you to do that. You don't have
You don't
to.
have to.
Billy lives on
They
the edge.
encourage you to do that.
That's from people in
Yeah.
New York, like sending $2,500 to the wrong landlord. That's what that is.
All right, Jeffrey.
And I think that is 2284
That's not
if you
gonna
need the
Okay.
alpha to numeric conversion.
But yeah, so glad to give to ACUI. We're big fans of ACUI on the podcast. And so if you have the opportunity to give, definitely give. But so let's get to the game, which I thought of.
Can we meet Jeff first? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
Jeff.
Jeff. I don't actually know Jeff. I'll speak for the listeners. I'm not aware of Jeff.
All right.
I've seen him on Twitter. That's me and Jeff. I apologize for putting you on the spot, Jeff, but you're on a video podcast here. Let's let the folks know who you are.
Billy, interview Jeff then.
Sure. What do you want to know? What are the must know facts about all of your varied guests of Humans of Higher Ed?
Have you heard of the film franchise Ghoulies? No. Tell us, what you're comfortable sharing about what you do, where you are, who you are. You don't have to be interviewed. You can just kind of tell us 2 truths and a lie, Jeff.
Oh, there we
2
go.
truths and a lie. Oh gosh. As I was getting ready for this, it was like, damn, those guys, if they asked me a typical student affairs icebreaker question.
I was going to ask you who you hated, but I think we go with what Billy.
I don't hate anyone.
That's a good answer.
On this podcast. So I currently work at Ohio State. I am the director for the Ohio Union, which is our student union on campus. I've been at Ohio State for going on 19 years now. That was where I first met Joel when he was a young budding graduate student, want to be. Quick story. Joel was our last interview of the day, that day. And if you've been through this process, you know that it's a very long day for both the candidates and the interview team. So by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever it was on a Friday, all of us were just a little bit punchy. And we had what some might call a very unprofessional interview. But Joel got hired, so it all worked out in the end. And yeah, so then I've been at Ohio State for most of my higher ed career. Prior to that, I actually did a little stint in the U.S. Navy. I went through my undergrad on a ROTC scholarship, and then worked for a government contractor for a few years before enough people convinced me that higher ed was where I needed to be. So
Wow. I gotta say, this is like the first real official interview serious type thing we've done in 8 weeks, and I can feel myself getting uncomfortable. But I do need
want
to
to know.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Bill.
I'm pulling.
I just want to share a couple of these things that came in while Jeff was talking, only because they were hilarious. And Jeff,
It's so funny.
don't answer any of these, but I just love what was coming in, where it was like, if you were put in a stressful situation, Jeff, how would you handle it, and what are your strengths? What is a time you've had a conflict with a student, and how did you resolve it? Did you yeet them? Top 7 development theories in order of perceived impact. Would you say Robin Hood was a hero or a villain? And then Kelsey just sharing, she's got a friend named Geoff that works at Ohio State. I know.
Oh, yeah, that's unacceptable. I mean, if there's anything that gets a Jeff excited, it is the great debate over the proper spelling of the name.
Yes.
So, yeah. Sorry to say, that person is not doing it correctly.
I'm glad we got to the people.
Say,
Sorry.
I do want to say I was on my phone while Jeff was talking because I was donating to the cause here. So I wanted to excuse myself if people noticed that I was, kind of zoning out on my phone there. So supporting the cause there. Look at that. I hope the folks watching are throwing a couple of bucks in as well, Jeff.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of DMs asking what the hell Billy was doing during that. So thanks for clarifying.
So pivoting to the game, the other thing that Jeff and I bond over is Jeff and his better half, Jen, both taught me the great sport of curling, which is basically sliding rocks on ice. And it's much more athletic than it seems. And so today we are going to play a little game called What Are These Curlers Screaming About at the End of the Semester?
Oh, this is great. Did you? Oh, here it is.
If you've ever watched curling, you know there's a lot of screaming for some reason. So, our first curler is Thomas Brewster of Scotland. What is Thomas screaming about at the end of the semester?
Oh, this is good.
He's complimenting that guy's mighty thick rump. And that is THICC, and that is clearly the only reason Joel picked this photo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
He might also be screaming at the other guy to get out of his way so he has a better view of said thick rump.
It's gonna be that kind of show, huh? It's gonna be the thick rump hour.
I'm gonna do a slight pivot, but not a full pivot. This just feels like a meeting of the Constipation Club. Like everyone's just going, oh! Like that's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Joel, what's the name of the screamer again?
So Thomas Brewster is actually the third. Okay. Typically, it's the skip.
Okay, so Thomas is the only one in the apartment that cared about the security deposit and is now finding what the other two have done to their rooms in the apartment. I think that's what he's yelling about. He's down on the ground. He's looking at the carpet. He's like, he doesn't even want to know what fluid that is that's in the carpet, but he knows there's a fluid in the carpet that shouldn't be in the carpet. That's what Thomas is down on the ground yelling about.
And that's close to Corinne's comment. Who shat in the stairwell?
Corinne, 1 point.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Our next up from Canada. What is Cheryl Bernard screaming about at the end of the semester?
Well, is that zoomable or is it we already zoomed?
I'll zoom it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I do it for the fans. This is right at. Okay, wait. Can you give the context of it again one more time?
What is Canadian Cheryl Bernard screaming about at the end of the semester?
Looks like. Okay,
the campus Tim Hortons closed before finals were done, so now she can't get her Timbits and coffee supply to get her through.
I'm gonna stay on that same line as Billy's, that the Tim Hortons on campus closed. So instead of caffeine, Cheryl just finished a line of cocaine because that is the There's a lot of fire in those eyes right there. So she's like, no caffeine, fine.
Yeah.
Is cocaine on the Winter Olympics banned substance list? Like, will the IOC kick you out for coke? It's not steroids, right? Like, you can do other types of drugs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That definitely looks like what's all over her teeth, because those are white.
Wait.
Yeah, I think
The next photo is just gonna be like. Sorry.
so. What I think is, I think this was. You said this is end of semester, Joel.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure she is a director of standards in a sorority and is looking at some of the formal recruitment attire for some of her chapter members and is really dismayed with hem length.
either
She's
a hem length
getting an eye level view at the hem length. I see what you're saying.
or
Yeah, exactly.
she is seeing old sorority recruitment photos from the fall and realizing one chapter had one too many balloons and has got to go in and punish them for abusing their balloon privilege.
Here, I'm just going to share a couple of the comments here. Christian, we have Greg. Looks like she's upset about the height of the toilet in the stall. The library gave her a late fee on that USB-C adapter. You were not supposed to go over 12 pages. Trey with a great comment. Rump roast might be Billy's nickname. They had early snow, but facilities wasn't ready, which is why she's mid-fall. All caps. Why the hell wouldn't you list the name or room number in the IR? How are we supposed to track this? I guess I'll just knock on 300 rooms looking for a cat. Excellent. Okay.
Can I toss in another one? Can I toss in one more?
Yeah.
She found a mask on the ground. Like that's got to be the most frustrating thing, right? Just a used mask on the ground.
Yeah.
She's debating picking it up. She's right there at it. She's not sure she's going to pick it up yet.
That is not an effing ESA. It's a 12-foot python.
They're very cuddly, Don. Very, very cuddly.
All right. Your next
Hold on.
one up.
I also just want to say, sorry, Dan Campagna, I see you in the chat, made a Canadian joke. But Dan, the main reason I'm bringing this up is before you came on, I referenced First Class as an email server. I just, as a fellow Manual alum, just please confirm that First Class is a thing. Thank you. Sorry.
Your next one up. Ryan Fry from Canada. What is he thinking about at the end of the semester?
You're going to have to, sorry, Joel. Zoomy, zoom.
Oh, zoomy, zoom.
Oh yeah, he's excited for midnight breakfast. The end of the semester midnight breakfast. That's that he lives for this. Like, ooh, waffles at midnight.
I think he's got a big group project that he's got to turn in, and he knows the rest of the team is just gonna they're just gonna screw it up. So he is trying to get in there, micromanage, be on top of every single detail. Those sweepers are gonna know exactly what he wants them to do as that stone moves.
You're all wrong. His vice president just said mid-year reports are due, and we need to know how many people attended all of your virtual events. Going through Zoom logs to try to come up with a number.
So I would say I spent a little bit of time this semester helping put meals together coming out of our dining operation in the union. And the look on that guy's face reminds me of the intensity with which students looked at their Grubhub app to know when their order was ready for pickup. Like, it was ridiculous.
That's very good. A couple more in the chat before we move to the next one. Looking for an outlet to plug his dining laptop in the middle of a meeting.
Yep.
Point to Lutz.
Pull down that mask again as soon as I leave. I wish you would. This is good. Facilities contemplating is that poop or mud in the hall.
There's so much poop content.
I know. That's a towel under the door and I smell weed.
That's so good.
This is good. Submitting a paper at 11:59 p.m.
Point to Gabby.
Peeking out my window, watching residents leave. Looking for that last bit of care he had while someone thinks the mask rule shouldn't apply. All right. Let's make sure I'm not missing anyone out. Yeah. All right. Keep going.
Okay.
Excuse
All
me.
right. Last one up.
Mike, can you throw Dan back up there? Dan Campagna?
Oh, I didn't
That
see
was
this one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Peeks under the dorm room. I know you're in there. The hall closes in 10 minutes. GTFO.
What is reigning gold medalist John Schuster thinking about here at the end of the semester?
Obviously, he is arguing with someone that it's a residence hall.
Yeah.
I made this exact face to close out a year one time when I had specifically asked the RAs, don't just pile all the keys on my desk. Make sure they're in an envelope in a packet. What did the RAs do? They just piled the keys on my desk. So that is the official keys piled on the desk face right there.
See, I'm going to go a different direction. I think this is a positive scream. I think this is watching the last parent leave with their kid at the end of the semester, so the residence hall's closed. Yes! I'm going to go positive.
Oh, there we go.
That he could have also been Kelsey, realizing that there was a fire alarm happening during that hour. Bye, Kels. Conversely, he was screaming when we lost Jeff for a hot second.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me going, Jeff!
Oh no, did we still lose Jeff though?
Jeff is frozen. Oh no.
All right.
Frozen Jeff.
I'll keep a look at the bullpen and I'll see when Jeff's
Okay.
back.
Can I just ask for a second though? Is this the official Olympic wardrobe for curlers? I'm not a big curling aficionado.
Yeah,
They're just rocking
this is at the
Brooks
Olympics.
Brothers khakis or something.
They're a little stretchier than Brooks Brothers, but yeah.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what am I missing here. All right, Gabby's leaving. I'm not Gabby. I'm sorry, Kelsey's leaving. She let us know. Rob says vaccines. Vaccines. Getting that 3 a.m. fire alarm. Library printer ran out of ink. The hall. Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin. The hall is finally empty. Primal scream. No, I just closed the mailroom. Also very good. Yeah, same thing, Dan. With the Ric Flair. Woo! Let's see, what else do we got? Yeah, here we go. When the staff holiday party isn't happening, but the president announces staff can pick up complimentary champagne bottles to virtually toast. It's very good.
Is that a hypothetical or is that a real thing?
She comes back later and says that was an actual thing.
Wow. Oh yeah, that was my face today when it actually happened. Wow,
That's amazing.
Gotta bet that's a private school experience. That's where I'm leaning.
Jason has insider information, I think.
Oh, okay.
All right. It looks like we lost Jeff due to connectivity issues, but Jeff, thank you so much for joining. If you want to come back, just click that link again, and we'll get you back on here. Oh wait, it might be happening right now. It might be happening
while
right
we're bringing
now.
Jeff back in,
Jeff is
if you
back.
haven't yet, if you have the means to support ACUI, the links are out there.
The links are out there. We put them on all of our socials. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on. I think we're going to transition to the second game, but by all means, continue to participate in the game if you'd like, especially because you missed the last curler.
I was fading in and out during the Schuster, so
Yeah,
the responses were appropriate
yeah,
for the podcast.
yeah.
Well, you're
All right.
here now, and let's consider this round 2 because I've got a couple of pictures, and what I think it would be fun to do is decide what job these very, very, very fine dogs have on a college campus.
If it's the Ghoulies, I swear to God.
It is not the Ghoulies. It is not.
Oh,
But we're going to start with this lovely Chinese crested hanging out at a beach. Chinese cresteds you may know as the typically ugliest dogs in the world, but we have a sexy one. So here we go.
Wow. Oh my God. All right. So what are we doing? Can you go over the rules one more time?
What's your job?
Wow.
What's their job?
This is tough.
I say sorority consultant.
Consultant.
Not an actual on-campus job, just consultant.
This is the
Yeah,
this is the admin assistant for the VPSA who's been in their job for 40 years.
Oh, that's
yes.
good. Man,
Yes.
that's so good, Joel.
I don't know what this person does, but I know they get to work from home, and that's not the actual beach. That's a fake beach that they're trying to convince people. You know, every Zoom call, they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm at the beach." No, you're not. Cheryl, you're on your couch.
I'm feeling O'Keefe's response.
What? Sorry. Excuse me. Administrative assistant, but the only one on campus that you have to strategically plan to talk to on one of her good days, but not Monday. That's pretty good. First lady, first gentleman of the university. Entry level marketing staff. That's pretty funny too. I would just say anybody in alumni. Anybody in giving. Yeah.
Yeah, the pearls definitely speak to asking for money from rich alums. Yeah.
Conference sales.
Oh, wait,
Ooh,
conference
yeah.
sales is
That's a
very
good one.
good.
Yeah.
Conference sales is very good. Director of counseling and testing, campus rec Zumba instructor,
Yes.
recreation.
All
very
right.
good.
We ready? Here's our next.
No.
I'm gonna share this one too.
His name is Earl.
I was going to say, is that Carl or Earl?
That's Earl.
So this is the director of facilities and operations, but only when they're interacting with residents' life. It's a happier dog when working with other offices.
I'm going to go a little bit more detailed. This is the director of facilities for rec sports, who doesn't get why you need to keep the melted hockey rink on hold for the spring concert just in case of rain. I'm not speaking from experience or anything.
Yeah, this is Joel.
Shut up.
Earl is the assistant dean of belly rubs.
There's some pretty good ones in the chat here.
That's our actual.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, that's our actual facilities project manager. I don't know how you got that picture, Jason. But yeah, I had to work on an infrastructure project and nightmare.
This
Earl
is
doesn't budge.
This is your campus chief of police after he finds out that student government wants to invite him to an upcoming meeting.
Yeah.
It's like the meeting 2 weeks before a spring weekend. They want him to just come in and talk about, making safe choices.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We get a couple parking management front desks is really good. Dining hall staff greeting students who stay on campus. Definitely either HR or someone in parking and transportation. This is the RD of quarantine hall. The security officer that is retired and took the job just to keep health benefits. I'm going to add on to that a little bit too. It's like the security officer that spent 35 years as like a state police detective that's now doing this.
Yep.
The only thing that I have to disagree on is this dog is awake and that security officer is normally napping somewhere.
Yes.
So.
Treasurer's office staff on the final due date. Dean of student conduct. These are all good. Athletics director. A lot of campus safety. The head chef who's been here a while and doesn't like to adjust the menu to assist dietary restrictions. It's pizza. All right. You make it one way. And that's with meat.
I love Rachel's.
Yeah, Rachel is honestly me.
All right, here we go. Our next doggo.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm saying this just looks like a human with hair. It's got a person's face. Look at those eyes. I hate this. This is a ghoulie.
Yeah, again, the realism here is not fair, Jason. That is my maintenance supervisor. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what you did.
I think
man.
He's the guy who doesn't understand that. Yeah, go ahead.
this is the admin assistant who doesn't need a job, but just likes interacting with other people, and everybody loves her.
That's good. That's good. This I don't know what this person does, but they've been working there for a while and have married a student, but nobody talks about it. Like they've been married for like 10 to 12 years. Like they've been married for a while now.
So I'm gonna take a similar tack to what Mike said. I don't know what this person does, but this is somehow the only Southern woman in the office. Like she always says, "Bless your heart." Like this. That's who this is. That's why her eyes are so kind, Mike.
But it's from like New Hampshire.
But no, like everywhere I go, there's always one Southern woman who becomes like my Southern. No matter where I've been in the country, there's always a woman, and she becomes my Southern rock.
This is the director of the art gallery that for some reason is in the administration building.
Yeah. There's always a gallery.
I like here we go. Horticulture professor. A lot of Billy's. He is what was Billy's job? That one cool RD RLC who uses all the kids' lingo and all the wrong. Yeah, this is the Steve Buscemi meme. The wonderful building service worker who treats you with more love and care than your supervisor. Look at some people. Everybody interprets art differently. You know. I was like, this is creepy.
I'm happy for these comparisons. If my Humans of Higher Ed legacy is getting compared to this wonderful creature, A-okay in my book.
Yeah. Who married campus chaplain. That's the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Who also married a student.
And probably a Southern.
Yeah, the Milton from Office Space. They work in accounting, but was actually let go 7 years ago due to a payroll glitch. Never received the paycheck. Great stuff.
All right, let's keep rolling. Here we go.
Oh, this is all of us.
Yeah.
This is all of us.
Just year 12 as an RD. That's what
yeah. Yeah, this is me in last year, right before I left. Oh.
That's
guys,
the face you make when someone calls you sausage.
This is good. This is like the the director of counseling and wellness, the first like midterm week, like the first time first year students go through midterms.
I'm going to say this is the department that oversees training for Canvas and Blackboard in any other sort of faculty technology work the week that we all went remote back in March.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's good. I'm going to share this one now only because this is making me laugh quite a bit, and only just tennis coach. Like this tennis coach. I don't know why I love that so much, but I love. Yeah, it's a tennis coach. Like,
tennis coach.
What happened to that tennis program? Oh my goodness.
So this one, the first person I thought of was any of our students that work at the information center, and their look is because somebody standing in front of them has asked them where the Buck ID office is for the 34th time that day. They're not staring at the person; they're staring at the sign 12 inches away that says that the Buck ID office.
Oh, that's good.
God bless them.
Yeah. We've got the registrar's office the day after ad drop. Oh, this one's real. Admissions looking at retention numbers.
Too soon.
Ooh, boy,
Too soon.
What else we got? Transportation and barking services. Well done, Cody. Well done. This is the outdoors program coordinator in campus rec. Oh man. Oh gosh, new hire for contact tracing. Good lord. Good lord.
I'm gonna take Greg's and run with it. This is the face that like the refs make when the other team still hasn't shown up, and they're just trying to get to that 10-minute cutoff where they forfeit.
Yeah.
Here's our next doggo. Are you ready?
We're ready.
No.
Oh.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me in the interview for grad school at Ohio State.
Actually, Joel, I had a picture of you in here.
We talked about this a little bit on Wednesday, but this is me greeting the new person as they're going around the office, shaking everybody's hand.
Yes.
Welcome. You're gonna love it here. Wait, I'm just sharing this right away. Me when my student shows up shirtless on Zoom. Goodness.
I don't know what this person does, but they just got the Invisalign finished. They just got the Invisalign finished. They're all done. They don't have to wear that anymore.
That's very good.
So I'd say this is me meeting that same new staff member that Mike met 5 minutes after meeting them, seeing them again, and already having forgotten their name.
That is the struggle. That is the struggle.
Oh, here we go. Greeting nurse at the COVID testing facility when you show up without a mask.
God.
This was me this week in a meeting. So our college president resigned on Tuesday. And in a meeting on Thursday, someone was like, Jason, are you going to plan a going away party in January? That's me right there.
Oh. In that same vein, Craig says, why, yes, Mr. Vice Chancellor, that is a great programming idea, and we can totally get that done in less than a week. This is a good one. We got me when a parent asks if my institution is aware of the latest guidance from the CDC. Thanks.
This is also me and Jeff when a student comes to us asking to start a curling club on campus.
All right, shall we?
Oh my goodness.
That's a ghoulie.
That is a ghoulie.
That is not a ghoulie.
That's not a dog. That's not a dog. That's like paper mache. Look at that face. That's art. Someone made that.
That's the mascot for South Tennessee Taxidermy Academy.
That's Cheryl after the Coke problem really set in. Right? Was her name Cheryl? Catherine?
I think so, yes.
Cheryl. That's not a dog.
I think it's a Gen X or a residence hall student's Gen X mom coming to pick them up for break.
Yeah.
I help them put shit in their car.
It's me every single time the office nemesis says or does something or microwaves paella.
Throw up Allison's comment. It's the right answer.
Yeah. Me when we have to go back to the office.
All right, so
I think that was a villain in Power Rangers.
Yes. So again, I don't know what this person does on campus, but they're always at the Butt Hut. They are always at the smoking shack.
Yes.
Like that's the one person. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. That's who you're going to find at the Butt Hut.
Yeah, that's right. That's the right answer too.
I have no clue what they do, but they take advantage of every smoke break at the Butt Hut.
Yeah. Oh, this is good too. Definitely a student worker at the end of an alumni event when there was leftover food available. Ian, me before my 11 a.m. shower.
All right, more dogs. Are we ready?
Oh, God.
You mean back to dogs?
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Should I put my bandana back on for you, Joel? Will you feel better if you're not the only one on the screen?
Zoom in.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, why isn't it zooming in?
I don't know.
Oh, did you take it out and put it back in while you had the thing open?
Oh.
Joel, you look exactly the same.
Joe, do you still have that shirt?
I missed
You don't
it.
wear that shirt Wednesday to the next podcast. You're out of the band.
What are you standing in front of in this picture?
And
That
it
would be the
bumps the
Terracotta
fair.
soldiers at Xi'an.
Oh, okay.
They're not real.
I thought
Joel and I have this long-going feud over whether or not this is real. I don't think it's real.
Thank
That's
you.
a- Good job, Upkeep. All right.
Was
Okay.
there? No, go back for just a
What the
second.
fuck?
Was there-
That's not a dog.
Okay, that one's not a dog. That's Nick Cage. That is Nicolas Cage as a corgi.
these are scarier than the ghoulies. I would rather look at those ghoulies than some of these dogs.
This is me creating the All About Joel presentation as I'm trying to introduce myself as the new programming board advisor.
It's terrifying.
Mike, I need you to put a little more respect on this dog. This dog is a real national treasure.
I want to boot you out of this so bad. Honestly, that was
I feel like there needs to be a shadow image of this same dog looking 90 degrees away.
Yeah. Yes.
yes. Oh, this is terrifying.
It's just this is that one stoner RD that is on every staff. That's just high
Yeah.
time.
Honestly, I think this is the campus dog from my undergrad.
Yeah.
I miss that campus dog.
Corinne says somehow each stream we find a new nightmare for my dreams.
I feel like I've been responsible for those last two nightmares, Corinne. I'm sorry.
Ian dropping your Bitmoji into your training slides. To be
Point
it.
for Ian. Ian
Yeah.
wins the night,
This
possibly.
is good. This is good.
Billy, what did you want to go back to on my photo? For some
I just want to
dog
know why your
reason?
bandana was green. Was there a specific reason you had a green bandana on?
I don't know. I was in bandana mode back then because I had no idea how to work with long hair. I was a military
Hashtag
brat.
bandana mode.
Yeah, bandana mode. I was a military brat who had always had a buzz cut. This was the first time after I'd gone to college growing my hair out and rebelling against my military upbringing. And I had no idea what to do with myself.
This is the drummer of Jars of Clay right here.
I'm googling drummer jars of clay to see how close we get on this.
Uh,
Well, that's it. Those are the dogs. That's what we
that
got.
was great. That was great. Great
Well,
job.
lost
That was a great
person.
game. Wait, who did we? Jason was like,
Jason
I'm
just
out.
yeeted himself.
All right, I replaced Jason, so if you
There, there we go. The upgrade we need. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope we were able to raise some money for ACUI. This was
I'll tell
great.
you what, I'm at least gonna donate or add all four of you to my tally. So I was donating $4 per ACUI member who donated between $5 and $7 and $10 for non-members, and I'm going to consider you all non up that total a bit. So there you go.
That's awesome.
Yay.
That's awesome. Shout out to Jeff. So the way we usually end all of our happy hours is we do a little content corner. So we'd love to keep you on for that if you have a few more minutes. And all that is, we just kind of talk about if there's anything exciting we've watched or read or listened to just help spread the content, because we have, we have to be inside. Does anybody have anything good for content corner this week?
I can start.
Let's do it.
Despite people telling me to watch this TV show now for like 5-6 years, I finally started watching Superstore. And it is A+,
So good.
one of the funniest, most ridiculous, dumb things I've ever seen. And I'm already to the end of season 3, and it's phenomenal. So it's all on Hulu. A+, Superstore.
It's great. I love Superstore.
My content this week is something I've been reading. Octavia's Brood. It is a series of short stories from social justice activists, imagining sci-fi in a more equitable way. It is a lot of fun. It is very good. There are some really good bangers of short stories, sci-fi short stories in here. So highly recommend Octavia's Brood. And also the cover art is freaking beautiful. So,
Yeah, that cover art's really good.
Joel, is it
Highly recommend.
prose or is it comic book? I couldn't tell from the cover.
Prose. It's
Okay.
text. It's good. Yeah.
Nice. Billy, what you got?
In the continuing theme of finally watching shows that Trey has been kind of poking and saying we should watch, we started You're the Worst this week.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
don't know if
one.
anybody's seen that, but I'm not ready to give it the full weight of my recommendation. But we did blast through the first season in 2 sittings, so clearly it's hooked.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good one. All right, and then we'll have you go, Jeff. I just want to share this before I forget. I like that Joel brought his book for show and tell. Jeff, anything that you've been watching, reading, listening to lately?
Yeah, on that theme of shows that people finally convinced us to watch, we had not gotten into Schitt's Creek yet. Started this weekend, and a lot of people who recommended it said just get through the first season. Like if you get through the first season, you'll be fine. I was hooked. Like the first episode, I'm like, I am David. This guy is a mess, and I love him. And I'm going to spend a lot of time this weekend getting through as much of that as I can.
Oh, it's the best. We've watched through it like 2 or 3 times already. It's like the perfect light, fun, heartfelt show, especially right now. Like there's no stress with watching it. So good.
And they're just so not self-aware.
Right. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Love it.
We're still watching The Crown. I got to tell, I can't believe I'm still watching it. Like it's the slowest show I've ever continued to watch. I like it, but it's just, it couldn't move slower. So I think
That's exactly what I told Trey today. I was like, you know what? Just go ahead and watch season 4 without me. I'm not gonna make it through season 3. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Leave me behind. Go ahead. Maybe someday I'll have the patience for the pace of that show.
I gotta say, it's the best I've slept though. Like we watch an episode before bed, and that winds me the hell down. Like
it's like a British lullaby.
Yeah, it's wild. But I do like it. It's just nothing happens. I'm upset now. I got myself upset. But what I'm really excited to watch, which is like a full 180 from The Crown, is Big Mouth season 4 came out today. And that is my favorite show. It's so dumb and gross. But honestly, I think it should replace sex education in schools. I think they should just show Big Mouth. I think that's the best way to explain it. So I'm excited to watch that. Also, and the last thing I'll say, I think I brought this up a couple weeks ago. The HBO Max documentary, the true crime doc. Did you start that, Jason?
I did.
Isn't it like it's called Murder at Middle Beach, I think? Mm-hmm. Isn't it super interesting? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just want to talk about it. I was excited to talk about it.
But also, if you don't have HBO Max, you got to get it because Warner Brothers is dropping every single movie in 2021 on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So not just Wonder Woman, but everything.
I know.
Was anybody else surprised by the presence of The Matrix 4 on the list of what they're going to be releasing? Is that?
It's been shooting.
They're done. They've completed.
Yeah, they're done.
They wrapped. They're on post.
Yeah.
I can't think of a movie I'm less excited for than The Matrix 4.
Really?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Billy, but that's fine.
Do you remember The Matrix 3? Do you think 20 years has gotten any better? Like,
has it been 20 years?
I'm always hopeful.
It's been probably.
I trust the
15
Wachowskis.
years since 3, but
I'm a Wachowski stan.
Dan is pretty sure Ghoulies 6 is coming out.
It'll be on Hohi Max. We'll
yeah.
have Ghoulies 11 on Hohi Max.
And,
Kevin
yes,
says-
I am in the crime documentary. There's a fire station like 2 blocks down the street, and I'm guessing it's real loud though.
It is. I also had an ambulance just scream by too, so we're both in
Hey.
it together.
Can we give a big shout out to Jeff's little arch window back there? That's a tremendous. I don't know what the correct term is for that, but I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, it's a half round. It's incredibly drafty. So this winter is not.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to throw some insulation in. We just got all the windows replaced, and the company said, "Yeah, we can't do that."
Also, shout out
It's
to Billy for keeping the streak alive of commenting on every guest's background at least once.
Sometimes they're positive, Jeff. You got a positive one. I'm a big fan of that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Billy, have you mentioned Salem yet?
Ooh.
Someone
Jeff.
got to Salem before I did.
Jeff,
Shame.
you went to BC. Favorite Salem memory?
Not being there.
Yeah, I love the joke. You lived in Boston for a while. What's your favorite non-Boston, Massachusetts memory?
They're like right next to each other. It's fine.
All right, I think.
I don't know if
Okay.
I've ever been.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had the restraint to not, go bother the locals.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason and I will take it a notch when you come up. That's what we'll do.
Oh yeah, I forget Notch is there. All right. Well, I think we did it. Jeff, thanks so much for coming on. It's always better when we have a guest. So we appreciate you coming on and
Thanks for
raising
having
money
me.
for a good cause. And
Wait.
being, what?
So late breaking news, or I just paid attention to the Discord. Battle stream tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hang out and play some video games.
What is
Oh, that-
what is Battle Stream?
Battle stream brought to you by Corinne and Greg and Benny and Pam.
Oh, that's fun.
Can we
Uh,
can we play games with them, or is that how that works?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna if
Right.
we vamp for one more second. I'm gonna actually, Greg. Greg, if you're still in the chat, drop that link into the Discord, baby. Let's get some people in the Discord. But yeah, if you're not in there, you got to get in there. It's been a lot of fun. All right, I think that does it. Jeff, thanks again. We hope everybody has a good weekend. We'll be back again next week. Who knows? Maybe we'll do 2 again next week. We'll see how ambitious we're feeling. But we hope everybody stays safe, and we hope Jason doesn't get arrested, because it does sound. We got some sirens. All right, everybody, have a good weekend.
Standard sign off for your show. Let's hope Jason doesn't get arrested.
Yeah.
Wait. So I'm seeing the chat now. Before we go, Among Us, is that a game I can play on my phone, or do I
Yes.
need to download it to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is the same conversation I had with my grandmother at Thanksgiving, Billy.
Old man William Dunn.
You don't want to hear about the conversation I had with your grandmother.
Rump roast Billy Dunn. Was that an app?
Rump roast is at it.
Do I need Windows Vista to play that?
Oh God.
If-
Rump
yeah.
roast.
If my legacy for Hohi is a big fluffy dog that doesn't understand modern gaming, I'm fine with that.
That's true. Could be worse. All right, everybody. We're really gonna go now this time. So we'll see everybody next week. We hope you have a great weekend. We out.
Ghoulies!